And we are live. Let's see. Are we live? Let's see. I think we should be. Let's have a look. Checking in on YouTube. It looks like we're live. Beautiful. What about on TikTok? Okay, I think so. Guys, let me know. Can you hear me? Let's see. Ulo8 says hi on the TikTok. Welcome, guys. Let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Looks like the YouTube chat is popping off already. Welcome, Alisa says, yo, welcome, Somi. Welcome, Ella Kelly. Welcome, Zize. Welcome, Aitan Edits. Guys, good to have you on. Let me know. Can you hear me? Okay, yeah. Aitan Edits says we can hear you. Beautiful. Guys, talk to me in the chat. How have your days been? It's been a good one today. I can't lie, I'm a little bit tired. I've been working a lot today. Been building this new platform. Let's see. Amir in the chat says hello. Hello, Ulo. Hello, Adam. Hello, H. Hello, Udez. Guys, awesome. Let's see how many people are going to join today. I've got a feeling quite a few would join today. Guys, let me know. Actually, I need to do a quick test. Oh. Okay. Looking at the chat, Emir said, yo, when's the Discord coming? Funny you say that, actually. I have a little announcement for you guys. Yeah, Terry, not today. Zize says, yeah, okay. Zize says Discord. Ooh, guys, we've got an announcement. I'm going to wait for a few more people to join, and then I'm going to make it. But in the meantime, talk to me. How have your guys' days been? Also, actually, yeah, that was the test I was going to do. Guys, last stream, we had a little bit of a delay on the YouTube. So I usually tend to focus on the TikTok chat. The reason being that kind of it's more of a chat because people respond quicker because there's no delay. But I believe the delay is now fixed. So I would like you guys to let me know in the chat. Everybody, please type in clap, but don't hit send yet. Only hit send when you hear the clap. So everybody on TikTok, everybody in YouTube, please get ready. Finger on the trigger to say clap. I'm going to clap. I'm going to do a little countdown. And then if you can let me know when you hear it, it's going to let me know how long the delay is. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. FJ. Guys, we're going to be starting at 5 past. Let's see. Currently, we have 110 of us on the TikTok. We have 11 of us at the moment on the channel. Guys, if you do want me to reply to your chats, you're far more likely for them to be seen over on the channel. Okay, guys, I'm going to clap in just a moment. 3, 2, 1. And guys, let me know in the chat when you hear the clap. Okay. That's good, eh? Okay, wicked. Okay, we got no delay today. Wonderful. Thank you, Aitan. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Eliza. Thank you, Zize. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, SV. Thank you, Gimaya. Thank you, Lily SMA. Stephen Wild, beautiful. Rabia Tahir, thank you. Man like Eliza said, see. Come on. Not such a good night for Real Madrid last night. Let's see, guys. I'm gonna wait just another couple of moments. Actually, it's 5 past already. Okay, so it's okay. Thank you everybody on the TikTok as well who responded. Thank you, Eddie Hearn. Man like Eddie Hearn in the chat. Come on. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, M. Thank you, Strawberry. Thank you, Aquam. Thank you, Vanessa, H. Max, Sonal, Bob Corn, Kumba, H. Reeves, AL. Not gonna read that person's name. CN Cantona, S. Sam. Beautiful. Okay, guys, just before we get going, I have an announcement. There have been popular requests over the past couple of weeks for us to make a Discord server. So I'm pleased to announce that there is now a My GCSE Maths Class of 2025 Discord server. If you would like to find it, you need to go to the YouTube channel and it's the top, or it's one of the links at the top of my page. So you go to the YouTube channel, you go to the page, and then there's going to be a few links. One's for Google reviews, there's the TikTok link up there as well, and then also the link to join the Discord. So that is now live. A lot of you guys are not going to know what Discord is. So let me tell you, it's basically a platform, same as TikTok's a platform and YouTube and everything, where you guys can chat with each other. It's like a community platform. So basically there's a server called the MGM Class of 2025. I did do this in 2023. We had roughly 400 or 500 people in the server by the end. The chat was popping off. Everybody was helping each other with revision. It was an awesome community. As Zizay said, the link is expired, bro. It shouldn't be. Guys, let me know in the chat. Is the link working? Lily SMMA says, found it. BRH Meaty says, we know what Discord is. A lot of people don't. It's not working. Okay. Well, that was a false start, eh? So apparently the link is not working. Amir says the link is expired. Okay, guys, at the end of this session, I'm going to fix it. At the end of this session, okay, I know the link is invalid. That was a false start. So at the end of the session, the first thing I'm going to do at the end, I'll even do it during the stream right at the end. I'm going to swap that link out. And while you guys are still on the call, I'm going to make sure that people can join. So even if you can't join this second, at the end of today's session, at roughly about 7 o'clock, 6:30, we might go on a little bit later. I'm going to make sure that you guys can join. Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready, and we're going to get cracking with this paper. Let's see what's popping. Also, anybody who would like to be a moderator on Discord, that gives you permission to mute people and ban them from the server. Let me know when you join the server later. Send me a DM and we'll get that set up. I'm only going to allow you to do it though if you've been contributing in the community a lot, so on the TikTok or on the YouTube, because obviously it needs to be people I can trust. Otherwise, you guys have the ability to really mess things up, and we don't want that to happen. Guys, let's get cracking. It is 8 minutes past. Today is going to be another fantastic day of revision. For anybody new here, welcome to the My GCSE Maths community. I've been going live Tuesdays and Thursdays for the past couple of weeks. 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. We've been doing foundation on a Tuesday, higher on a Thursday. Today we're doing the Edexcel. I think it's a 2020 paper. Off the top of my head, it would have been on the cover page. Paper 1, non-calculator. The format is basically, I'll give you a little bit of time to answer the questions, and then I will go through them. So, question number 1. The first 5 terms of an arithmetic sequence are 1, 4, 7, 10, and 13. Write down an expression in terms of n for the nth term of this sequence. Guys, drop your answers in the chat for me when you've got one. We have TM saying 3n minus 2, Ulo 8, 3n minus 2. Over on the YouTube, man like Aiton, SV, also going 3n minus 2. Guys, if you said 3n minus 2 for this one, you are absolutely right. Well done. Little happy face for us there if we got that. So, how do we know it's 3n minus 2? When it comes to finding the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, what we need to do is we need to start off by finding the common difference. How do we get from 1 to 4? We plus 3. How do we get from 4 to 7? We plus 3. How do we get from 7 to 10? Plus 3. And 10 to 13 also plus 3. This common difference tells us the number which goes next to the n in our nth term. So here we're going to have 3n. This is going to be the first part. Now, crucially, to work out the final part of this nth term, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how we get from this number 3 to our first term. How do we get from 3 to 1? We subtract 2. So our answer for this one, guys, is going to be 3n minus 2. If you got that one, amazing job. Moving on now to question number 2. We're going to keep the pace relatively high today, just because we've got a lot to get through, and I know a lot of you guys wanted me to go a little bit quicker last time. We're going to be building the pace up into the exams, let me tell you. SV, well done. Eliza, well done. Awesome. Okay, guys, talk to me in the chat. Anybody spamming is going to get muted pretty quickly. So please don't spam the chat. Also, let's keep it relevant. Let's keep the vibes good. Let's see. Man like Barbie says revision done for the half term. Not sure about that one. Okay. A man like Eliza says, Midmass buddy, exactly. Guys, let's go through question 2. Let's go through question 2. I'm going to do this one relatively slowly just to make things super clear how we're going to do it. It says, show that 2 1/3 times by 3 3/4 is equal to 8 3/4. So here, guys, we're multiplying two mixed numbers together, and we have to show that this is another mixed number. How do we do this? A couple of different ways, but the best way is definitely going to be to firstly write our mixed numbers as fractions, to multiply the fractions, and then to convert this back into a mixed number. Starting off then, writing 2 1/3 as an improper fraction, we're going to do our 2 times by our 3 to get 6. Then we're going to add the number on the top to get 7, giving us 7/3 for 2 1/3. We're going to multiply this by 3 3/4 to get the number on the top. We're going to do 3 times by 4 is 12, plus 3 is going to give us 15. So we have 15/4. Next step, guys, what's it going to be? The next step is going to be to multiply our fractions together. How do we multiply two fractions? We're going to multiply the top by the top and the bottom times the bottom. 7 times by 15, 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 5 is 35. Adding those together, we get 105. On the bottom, we can do 3 times by 4 is going to give us 12. Talk to me in the chat, guys. Let me know, how are we going to simplify this? So we have 105/12. Now we need to simplify this. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? What do we think? What can we do? Talk to me, talk to me. TM says 12. Myra says divide it. That's one method. Aiton edits exactly, says divide by 3. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to simplify this fraction to start off with. I'm going to divide the top and bottom both by 3. 105 divided by 3 is going to be 35. And 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4. Next step, guys, we can convert this back into a mixed number. We're going to see how many times 4 goes into 35. It's going to go in 8 times because 8 times by 4 is 32. So it's going to go in 8 times fully. And how many bigger is 35 than 32? It's 3 bigger, giving us that remainder of 3/4. If you got that one, guys, amazing, amazing work. 5 seconds to screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna move on to question number 3. Guys, okay, this one's a bit awkward. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna go through this one. because it's a bit hard to show you because we're gonna need both parts of this. So, question 3, it says the diagram shows 4 graphs. We have graph A, graph B, graph C, and graph D. Actually, no, we're gonna do this together. Each of the equations in the table is given by, each of the equations in the table is the equation of one of the graphs. Complete the table. So first up, guys, we have y equals minus x cubed. Y equals minus x cubed. Which graph is going to be y equals minus x cubed? Is it going to be graph A, graph B, graph C, or graph D? Talk to me in the chat. Graph A, B, C, or D. Is it going to be for y equals minus x cubed? We have Rabla saying B. We have Adam saying B. Aiton saying B. SV is now saying B. Cliprez says B. Guys, if you said B, amazing work. Good job, Carlo on the TikTok. Good job, Mariam. Also, Lukask. Guys, it's B. Why is it graph B? Well, you probably don't know from your revision the graph of minus x cubed. To be honest, this is probably one you would have done with the process of elimination. But how could we know it from our revision? Well, we know that the graph of y equals x cubed looks like this. This is kind of a fact that we memorize. Graph C down here is y equals x cubed. Y equals minus x cubed, then that is just going to be the same graph but reflected in the line, in the y-axis. So graph B is going to be that first one. Next up, guys, I actually already told you that, so we can just fill this one in. Y equals x cubed. Actually, let's see who's listening, guys. Spam the chat for me. Y equals x cubed. Is it A, B, C, or D? Y equals x cubed for this next one. Y equals x cubed. Graph A, B, C, or D. Yeah, Aiton says C, SV C, Adam C. Somi says C. Eliza C. Nice job. Guys, it is absolutely C. This one, to be honest, is just a fact that you memorize. These graphs, these key graphs, are just facts that we memorize. So this one's graph C. Y equals x squared, guys. Drop it in the chat for me. Which one of these graphs is y equals x squared? Is y equals x squared graph A, B, C, or D? Nice to see a few more of us on the TikTok, by the way. We're running at about 260 of us at the moment. Absolutely sick. And 40 of us over on the YouTube. Wicked, man, wicked. This is nice. Okay, lots of people in the chat. SV says D, Shreya D, Amaze says D, Zomay D. Great work, guys. D is y equals x squared. It's that happy face graph. It's that happy face graph. So we have D down here. And finally, A, by process of elimination, this is our reciprocal graph, y equals 1 over x. So this one is a key one to remember, guys. The reciprocal graph, this one is y equals 1 over x. Beautiful. Okay, moving on now to question number 4. We are gonna... No, we can work this out. Let's do this. Let's do this. Question number 4, guys. Which of these two triangles are congruent? Which of these two triangles are congruent? First off, chat, actually, what does congruent mean? What does congruent mean? Guys, talk to me in the chat. What does congruent mean? Ulo says A and D. Aiton says, or Adam says similar. Aiton says same. Eliza says same. Yeah, guys, congruent means exactly the same. Congruent means exactly the same. In other words, we have the same angles and the same sides. We have the same angles and we have the same sides. What rules do we have for knowing if two triangles are congruent? We have side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, and right angle, hypotenuse, side. So we need to basically identify which of these two triangles, if any, have the same, all three the same sides, side, angle, side the same, angle, side, angle the same, or right angle, hypotenuse, side. Chat saying A and D. Jacob says A and D. Clip Red, I see you saying A and D. Spacey saying A and D. Aliza saying A and D. Okay, let's have a look. Is it A and D? Is it A and D? Just to save some time, I'm going to assume you guys are right, and let's see. Is it A and D? So I'm looking at these two triangles, checking if they're congruent, and I'm thinking, okay, looking at triangle A, we have an angle, a side, and an angle, with the side in between them. So I look over at triangle D, and I look to see if we have angle, side, angle with triangle A. I look at triangle D, and I'm thinking, well, you know, I don't actually have two angles either side of this side. But we do have two angles in our triangle, so we can actually work out the final one. How can we work it out? Well, we know that the angles in a triangle add to 180. So we can do 180 minus 80 minus 45. That, guys, is going to be 55. Because 180 minus 80 is 100. 100 minus 45 is 55. Now I can have a look and see if I have angle, side, angle. We have an angle of 55, an angle of 55, a side of 10, a side of 10, and an angle of 45 and an angle of 45. Therefore, we do have angle, side, angle for A and D. Therefore, those two triangles must be congruent. Guys, superb job if you got that one. Moving on now to question number 5. Moving on to question number 5. Guys, by the way, anybody who comes over from the TikTok to the YouTube, let me know in the chat and I'll give you a little shout out. We're trying to grow this YouTube community as much as we can. At the moment, 260 of us on TikTok, 40 of us on YouTube. There's going to be way more chance. Well, actually, I'm paying mainly attention to the YouTube chat nowadays. Just because it's a little bit easier for me to see than looking down at my phone all the time. Unless I can find a clever way to like pin my phone up. Oh, to be honest, I might do that moving forwards. Okay, cool. Couple of people saying 20%. Man like Technical Bilal says, I came from TikTok. Come on. Good to see. Okay. Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready. Ella said just moved to YouTube. Awesome. Guys, we're gonna do an experiment today as well. We're gonna try run up the likes a little bit on TikTok. Joseph says here, Somi says 20%. Epa says I just came from TikTok. Gog says came from TikTok as well. Come on, welcome to the community, guys. Welcome to the team. That's wicked. Joseph says the same thing. Nice one. Man like Henry Knowles in the chat. Come on, good to have you, bud. Question number 5. Let's see what's going on with this one. Sean pays £10 for 24 chocolate bars. He sells each of the chocolate bars for 50 pence each. Work out Sean's percentage profit. Work out Sean's percentage profit. Guys, how do we work out percentage profit? What we do is we do our profit divided by our costs times by 100. Profit divided by costs times by 100. First off, we're going to have to work out our profit though. How are we going to do it? Well, we need to work out how much money we have coming in and how much money he spent. We know that he spent £10, so that's cool. We also know that he sold 24 chocolate bars for 50 pence each. So what we're going to do to work out the money coming in is we're going to do 24 times by 50 pence to work out the amount of money coming in. 50 pence is half of a pound. So this is essentially going to be half of 24, which is £12. Next step, guys, we're going to work out our profit. How are we going to work out our profit? We're going to do our £12 that was the money coming in minus the £10 of costs to work out that our profit was £2. So we now know that we had £2 of profit, but how do we work out this as a percentage? Well, we're going to use this nice little formula up top. We're going to do profit divided by costs times 100. We paid £10, so the cost of £10. We made £2 profit, so we're going to do £2 over £10 times by 100. Couple of different ways to think about this, guys. The best way, I would say, is going to be to write 2/10 as 0.2. And then we can times this by 100. This is going to give us 20% as our answer. Guys, if you got that one, beautiful, beautiful job. Tricky question here. To be honest, I think this one's reasonably likely. So yeah, good job if you got it. 5 seconds to screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to move on now to question number 6. We have 5 marks up for grabs. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes here, and then I'm going to go through it. Welcome to anybody who's new. I'm seeing that quite a few more people are on today. We got 330 of us watching on the TikTok. Beautiful. Welcome, guys. And we have 50 of us watching on the YouTube. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm going live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 till 7. In the next couple of weeks, I've got a big announcement as well. There's going to be way more live streams. So yeah, welcome to the team. Welcome to the community. Don't forget to follow. Come and have a look at the channel as well. I'm uploading twice a day, so it should be helping you guys ahead of the exams coming up. Okay, couple of people over on the channel saying they came over from TikTok. Guys, if you do go from the TikTok to the channel, make sure you drop it in the chat. I'll give you a shout out. Shout out Tanya. Shout out, who else have we got? Bilal. Shout out Yepa. Awesome. Good to have you on. Good to have you on. Looking at the chat now, Cliprez says, this is a kind paper, I can't lie. It's not too bad, this one, eh? Tanya Arako, shout out, come on. Okay. Jan saying 85, Somi saying 85, Joseph 85, Eliza 85. Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready for this one, and we're going to talk about it. Ready in the chat for me when you're ready, and we're going to talk about it. Loads of people asking what the YouTube channel name is. It's just My GCSE Maths. Just My GCSE Maths. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready for me. Man like Henry Knowles saying 85. Come on. Let's see. Kobaz says 85. Toby's ready. Jummy's ready. Maya's ready. Very, very nice. Guys, let's talk about it. How are we going to do this one? Question number 6. ADC is a triangle. So ADC is a triangle. We're told that AED and ABC are straight lines. So AED and ABC are straight lines. Beautiful. We're then told that EB is parallel to DC. So EB is parallel to DC. Beautiful. That's also shown by these 2 lines here. That means that they're parallel. It says that angle EBC is 148. It says that angle ADC is 63. We're asked to work out the size of angle EAB. That's going to be this one up here, guys, from E to A to B. So what's this angle going to be? You must give a reason for each stage of your working. Beautiful. Well, I'm looking at this problem. And I'm straight away thinking this is the top of a triangle. So if I can work out this one here and I can work out this one here, then I can take them away from 180 and hey presto, we're going to have our angle. Straight off, I'm looking at this one here and I'm thinking, well, I can see a straight line here. So I can actually work this one out. We know what? We know that angles on a straight line, add to 180. So we can do 180 minus 148, which is going to give us 32 for this angle here. So this angle here is going to be 32. Now, what about working this one out? Well, the question gave us a pair of parallel lines, right? So we're probably going to have to use that. What do we know about parallel lines? Straight away, I'm thinking of my alternate, co-interior, corresponding angles. I'm looking at this 63 that we have. I'm looking at this one up here, and I'm seeing that they're actually corresponding. They're kind of in this F shape, right? Kind of in this F shape with this one here, bosh, bosh, beautiful. So what we can do is we can actually go ahead and work out this angle. What do we know about corresponding angles? We know that corresponding angles are the same. So we can say corresponding angles are equal. What does that mean? That means that this one here is 63. It means that this one here is 63. Final step then, guys, what's it going to be? Well, now we can use the fact that I'm not going to write it, but angles in a straight line, angles in a triangle add to 180. So we're going to add together that 63 and the 32. 63 plus 32 is going to be 95. And then we're going to do 180 minus 95. And that, guys, is going to give us 85 as our answer. 180 minus 95 is going to give us 85 as our answer. So angle EAB is 85. Guys, I can't lie to you. That was a generous 5 marker. That was a generous 5 marker. Yeah, generous 5 marker. 5 seconds to screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to move on to question number 7. Guys, we're going to skip this one. It's not very convenient to do on the live stream. This one's important though. Question number 8. Let's do this one. Zize said that one was not too bad, bro. What the heck? Yeah, man. That one was not too bad, actually. Okay. Looking at the chat. Guys, anybody who goes from the TikTok to the channel, make sure you drop it in the chat and I'll give you a little shout out. James R said this is a challenging question. Yes, sir. Guys, 62 of us on the YouTube. This is more than we normally have at this time of year. 250 on the TikTok's pretty standard. Nice to see the YouTube family growing. Guys, I made a little announcement at the start as well, which was that the Discord server is now live. The link is bugging a little bit. So what I'm going to do at the end of this stream, around about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, is I'm going to upload a new link. I'm going to make sure that it's working for you guys, and we're going to get that popping tonight. For anybody who doesn't know what Discord is, it's basically like a community platform where you guys will be able to ask me questions outside of the streams, and I'm going to be pretty active on there, Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready for this one, and we're gonna talk about it. Man like Count Nigula says, yeah, I'm not Einstein. Okay, struggling with this one then. Man like Myth 1KL says volume equals area times height. Could definitely come in handy. Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready, and we're gonna go through it. Question number 8. Okay, Sean makes ready. Let's go. Question number 8. It says the diagram shows a prism placed on a horizontal floor. We're given the formula that pressure equals force over area, so we're probably going to need that. We're told that the prism has a height of 3 and the volume of the prism is 18 meters cubed. We're told that the pressure on the floor due to the prism is 75 newtons. We're asked to work out the force exerted by the prism on the floor. So if we think about it, we know that pressure equals force divided by area. We've been told the pressure. We know the pressure is 75. We've been asked to work out the force, I believe. Yeah, we've been asked to work out the force, so we don't know that. But we're going to need their area, right? So if we have P and we have A, we can work out F. We know that we've not been given F because that's what we need to work out in the question. So how can we work out their area? Well, we've been told that the prism has a height of 3 and that the volume is equal to 18. How can we use this? Well, we know that the volume of a prism is equal to the area of the cross section, which is just a face on the end. So the volume of a prism is the area of the cross section times the height. In other words, the volume is equal to, let's call it C, the cross section, times by H, the height. We know the volume is 18 here, so we have 18 equals C times by H. We know the height is 3. Based on this, guys, we can work out the value of C. We can divide both sides of our equation by 3. We're going to get that C is equal to 6. So I should have actually wrote it as A. That would have been a lot clearer. Let me rub that out. So I wrote C for cross section, but I'm swapping it for A. So yeah, A equals 6. Now that we have A, we can set up this equation and solve it. So we know that 75 equals F over 6. We can find the value of F. We can multiply both sides by 6. 75 times 6 equals F. This is the same as 75 times 2 times 3. This is going to be 150 times 3, which is going to be 450. Our answer, guys, to this one, 450 newtons. Amazing work if you got that one. Pretty tricky there. Hopefully it made sense what I did at the end. It was going to be a little bit tricky to do 75 by 6 in your head. So we split the 6 into a 2 and a 3. Then we could do the 75 by 2 and the 150 by 3. Nicely done, Blue. Nicely done, Num. Nicely done, Gog. You guys have got some out there names, man. You guys have got some out there names. Welcome to everybody who's new today. This is wicked to see quite a few more people joining. Guys, question number 9. Let's get it on the screen. Write these numbers in order of size. Start with the smallest number. Guys, we're going to label these A, B, C, D, and I would like you to drop your answers in the chat. A, B, C, D, these are the options. Let's see. What can we do? Charlotte 26, good to have you on. NJ, good to have you on as well, my friend. Absolutely wicked. Couple of the people from last year, beautiful to see. Or maybe I don't know. Let's ask you guys to write the whole listing. Couple of different ways to do this, by the way. We can either convert them all into standard form or all out of standard form. Into or out of, what shall we go with? I'm going to convert them all out of standard form. We got quite a few people saying DBCA, quite a few people saying DBAC. Let's see. Ski Waz says BDCA, Sully DBCA. Okay, guys. Yeah, let's go out. Out's a little bit easier. I was going to ask you guys for your what you wanted to do, but I already saw a few people saying out, so you guys read my mind. Okay, let's convert all of these out of standard form. How are we going to do that? Well, 6.72 times by 10 to the 5. What we have to do is we have to move this decimal point 5 places. Now, the way that I always recommend thinking about this, guys, is that the first 2 times by 10s is going to get rid of those decimal places. Then we have 3 left over, so we're going to end up with 3 zeros. So 672, and then 1, 2, 3 zeros. What about this 7.2 times by 10 to the negative 4? Well, this one, we're going to be dividing by 10 4 times because the power is negative 4. So negative means we divide by, 4 means divide by 4 times. The first 2 times we divide by 4 is going to get rid of that, or put that 6 and that 7 after the decimal point. So we're going to have 0.0672. 0.0672. So 6.7. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Next up, what are we going to do? Actually, is it 0, 0? I think silly mistake, guys. Did anyone see it? Okay. Have a think about that one and we'll come back. Guys, 672 times by 10 to the 4. What's this one going to be? Well, for this one, we're going to, again, times by 10 4 times. So we can write it as 672, 0, 0, 0, 0, adding 4 zeros on. Then the last one we can see, yeah, you guys have picked up on it, well done. The last one we can see is already out of standard form, so we can write this as 0.000672. Did anybody see it? Yeah, nicely done, FTL Ricey. Yeah, Ricey's on fire, by the way. Yeah, we need an extra 0 in there. We need an extra 0 in there. Well done, guys. Well spotted. Silly mistake there. So the first two divide by 10s gets rid of those two numbers there. And then the next two divide by 10s adds in 2 zeros. So I did that a little bit quick. You can also just do it on 4 lines and divide by 10 4 times. Next thing we can do, guys, is we can write them now that we have them all as decimals in order. So what's the answer going to be? Let me just move this D over to make things a little bit clearer. So from smallest to largest, we're going to have D first, because that has 3 zeros before the first number, followed by B, because that's 0.00672. Next up, which one's it going to be? It's going to be A, because this is 672,000, has 3 zeros. Next up, C. We have 4 zeros on the end there. That's just going to be the nicest way to think of that. Guys, if you got that one, brilliant job. A little bit confusing. Moving on now to question number 10. 3 marks up for grabs in this one. I'd say this is reasonably tricky. This will definitely trip a lot of people up. Ice Wallow came from TikTok. Welcome. Wicked. Okay. Guys, I'm going to ask you not to share personal details on the chat. Otherwise, you will be muted. No sharing of personal info. Otherwise, you'll be blocked. You'll be blocked, not muted. Man like a mirror in the chat with our lightning bolts. Charlotte26, thank you for doing that. Awesome job. Awesome job. Okay. Guys, what do we reckon? Question number 10. Question number 10. Oh, God, I got caught out bad, you know. Oh, no. I read that name. I should not have read that name. Oh, that's too funny, man. That's too funny. I have never seen that one before, eh? In 3 years of streaming. Oh, that is too good. That is too good. Yeah, man, you did. Oh, God, that's too funny, man. Okay, question 10. Given that A over B is equal to 2 over 5 and B over C is equal to 3 over 4, find the ratio of A to B to C. Oh, man. Oh, God. Hopefully not too many of you guys noticed that. Let's see. Yeah, man. Okay. Guys, looking now at question number 10. Question number 10. What's it going to be? Well, how can we do this? The best way to do this is going to be to firstly write out a ratio of A to B, and then to write out a ratio of B to C, and then to combine these ratios. How can we write the ratio of A to B? Well, we know that A over B is 2 over 5. In other words, when A is 2, B is 5. So we can actually read it straight from the fraction like that. So if A over B is 2 over 5, A is 2/5 of B. In other words, the ratio of A to B is 2 to 5. Using that same logic for B and C, we can write this as 3 to 4. 3 to 4. Next step, we want to combine these ratios. How do we do that, guys? We're going to make the B's in our ratio the same. We're going to make the B's the same. We know when B is 5, A is 2. When B is 3, C is 4. If we can write B as being the same in both of them, we're going to know A and C and how they relate to each other. How do we do it then? So we're going to scale up these ratios to have the same number for the B. 5 and 3 both go into 15. So we can write both of them as being 15s. Scaling up the left-hand ratio to get from 5 to 15, we times by 3. So we're going to times the 2 by 3 as well. 2 by 3 is 6. Using the same logic in the right-hand ratio, 3 by 5 is 15. We're going to do 4 times by 5 as well. 4 by 5 is 20. Now, what do we know, guys? We know that when A is 6, B is 15, and C is 20. So we can write this as 6 to 15 to 20. Guys, if you got that one, amazing work. Shows you've been doing your revision. This has come up quite a bit in recent years, and I do think you're likely to get a question very similar to this in your exams this year. 5 seconds to screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving on now to question number 11. Oh, guys, great questions here. Great questions here. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to grab my water in just a sec. ZZ says same. Okay. Guys, if you haven't already, consider following at the top. I think, well, that's on TikTok at least. And for anybody who doesn't know, I'm always live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. All of the recordings are uploaded straight to the channel under the live tab. Let's see. Zize said same, actually. This is way easier than AQA so far, not gonna lie. To be honest, AQA and Excel, everyone's always, talking about which one's harder or easier. They're pretty much exactly the same. I'd say this is quite a nice paper so far. I personally prefer AQA, to be honest. I'm going to get a lot of hate from the EdXL gang. I prefer AQA just because why are they using this old school font, man? Like, this still looks like it was designed. This is not for 2025 education. This looks like it was designed in like the 50s or something. Like, personally, I think, why aren't we making stuff modern? AQA is more modern, so that's why I prefer it. Also, low-key, I'm biased because I did AQA maths back in the day. But yeah, I don't know. For me personally, it should be more modern. Okay, guys, question 11A. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready for me. Iton Edit says 300. Rabia says 300. Taylor's version 300. Amir 300. Okay. Bunch of different answers. Let's get cracking. Gog's ready. Laura's ready. El's ready. Technical Bilal is ready. Let's get talking. So, 11A. Find the value of the fourth root of 81 times by 10 to the power of 8. The fourth root of 81 times by 10 to the power of 8. What we're going to have to do here, guys, is we're going to have to do the fourth root of the 81 and also the fourth root of the 10 to the power of 8. We could either do that directly, or it's going to be easier, to be honest, if we firstly rewrite this as 81 times by 10 to the power 8, all raised to the power of 1 over 4. So for our fractional powers, this means that we do the root of the number on the bottom to the power of whatever number's on the top. So if we're doing the fourth root, that's the same as power of 1 over 4. Now we can do 81 to the power of 1 over 4 and 10 to the 8 to the power of 1 over 4. 81 to the power of 1 over 4. What number do we raise to the power of 4 to get 81? 3 to the power of 4 is equal to 81. Why? Because 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So we can write this as 3 to the power of 4 times by 10 to the power of 8. Oh, no, didn't mean that. I'm not going to explain it that way. All I'm going to say is the fourth root of 81 gives us 3. And we're going to times this by 10 to the power of 8 to the power of 1 over 4. When we have a base to a power and we raise it to another power, guys, what do? We multiply those powers together. So we're going to do 8 times by 1 over 4. 8 times by 1 over 4, guys, is going to be 2. So 8 over 4, which simplifies. So 8 over 4, which simplifies to 2. Now we can calculate this, guys. 3 times 10 squared is 3 times 100, which is 300. If you got that one, guys, amazing work. Pretty tricky question there, actually, as we got into it. Part B then. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready for this one, and we will go through it. After this question, guys, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to ask for those Google reviews again. It's the only way that I'm going to be able to keep doing a free live stream each week, is if we can rack up these Google reviews. So, guys, I'm going to mention that in just a second. We're going to take like a 3-minute break. Okay, lots of people dropping ready in the chat for this one. Taylor's version says 1 over 8. Iton 1 over 8. Lily's ready. Says 1 over 8. Guys, let's see. Oh, I took it off the screen. 64 to the power of negative a half. How do we do this? So here we have a number to a negative fractional power. What we're going to do is we're going to deal with the negative and the fraction differently or separately. Personally, I prefer to deal with the negative. What does a negative power do, guys? A negative power makes it 1 over. So here we essentially have 1 over 64 to the power of a half. 1 over 64 to the power of a half. Now, what do we do with that? 64 to the power of a half. We do the root of the number on the bottom, raise it to the power of the number on the top. So we have 1 over the square root of 64. Square root of 64 is 8, giving us 1 over 8 as our answer. Guys, if you got that one, amazing work. Itonet said reciprocal. Num said reciprocal. Gog says thanks. Hey, Lily just reviewed on Google. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Guys, part C. I think a lot of people are going to struggle with this one. This question is pretty nasty, to be honest. This question is pretty nasty. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready for this one. I know a lot of people are actually probably going to skip this one, to be honest. Oh, I need to crack my back. Oh. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready, and we're going to go through it. Pretty tricky question here, guys. Pretty tricky question. Num said ready. I don't know how I'd even start with that. Okay, lots of people are ready for this one. Loads of people have no idea how to do this one. Taylor's version said 3 to the power of minus n minus 2. Let's see. I'm not going to do it in my head. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's go. So, important thing here. Anybody who doesn't know how to do this, but understands it after I go through it, please let me know in the chat by saying, I understand now. I want to get a grips of if these sessions are helping. If it doesn't make sense now, and you don't know how to do it, but it makes sense after I go through it, please let me know in the chat. Guys, let's see what we can do. A tricky one here. The question says, write 3 to the power of n over 9 to the power of n minus 1 as a power of 3. Tricky question. What are we going to do? Well, the 3 already is a power of 3. But we can see that we're dividing this by 9, which is not a power of 3. So the first thing we're going to try and do is we're going to convert this 9 into a power of 3. Now, how can we think about this? At the same time, I'm going to recognize that 3 to the power of n over 9 to the power of n minus 1 means divide by. So this is just a divide by. So it's going to be a little bit clearer if we write it out that way. So we're going to do 3 to the power of n divided by 9 to the power of n minus 1. We know when we have the same base and we divide one by another, we can subtract the powers, but at the moment we don't have the same base because this is a 3, this is a 9. So we're going to convert this 9 into a power of 3. We know that 9 is equal to 3 squared. So 9 to the power of n minus 1 is the same as 3 squared to the power of n minus 1. We also know that when we have a base to a power and we raise it to another power, we multiply the powers. So we can actually simplify this. We can write this one as 3 to the power of n divided by 3 to the power of, we're going to do 2 times by n is 2n, and then 2 times by minus 2 is minus 2. So now we have 3 to the power of n divided by 3 to the power of 2n minus 2. Where can we go from there? Well, we know that we need to subtract the powers. So we're going to do, to get our new power, n minus 2n, that's going to give us minus n, and then we're going to minus, because of the divide, minus 2. So we minus minus 2, that's the same as adding 2. So we have 3 to the power of minus n plus 2 as our answer. 3 to the power of minus n plus 2 as our answer. If we want to, we can write this as 3 to the power of 2 minus n if the maths police are out here. Because some people squabble about that stuff. Really doesn't matter. You can do it either way. You can do it either way. Talk to me in the chat. Lily SMMA says, I understand now. Eliza said, makes sense now. Hey, beautiful. Lily says, I get it now. Nahib's still struggling. Tricky question there. Oh, guys, this is sick, man. Thank you for replying in the chat as well. Thank you for replying in the chat. Let's see. Anybody else get it now? But Back says, understand it now. Sky says, light. That's not a light question. I can't lie. That's a difficult question. Even for grade 9 students, that's hard. Ulo says, I half understand. Half understand is still pretty good for that one. Guys, very difficult question there. Very difficult question. Okay, guys, we are now going to take a 3-minute break. We're now going to take a 3-minute break. We're going to start up again at 6:53. We're going to start up again at 6:53. Guys, I'm going to ask you for a favor. I've started collecting Google reviews. You can find the link to leave a quick Google review in my bio on TikTok. Also, it's at the top of my YouTube channel page. So if you haven't already, I'm going to ask you to please leave the stream now. We're going to start up again at 53 minutes past, so make sure you're there for then. Use the link in my bio or the link at the top of my channel page and leave a quick review for me. Like I say, it's the only way that I'm going to be able to keep these Tuesday lives, or well, moving forward, Tuesday live streams free. I'm going to have a bit of a change of schedule moving forward, but the only way I'm going to be able to keep it free, guys, is if I can get these reviews up. And I really do want to keep doing them for free. So moving forwards, I'm building a website and stuff. There's going to be a platform. There's going to be way more lives. But I definitely want to keep doing some on social media. The only way I can do it is if enough people leave those Google reviews. So if you can, that would be absolutely amazing. Man like TM said, no one review. Okay, I see. Z Taylor's version says, I got you, mate, filling it in right now. Hey, thank you very much. Amir says, I left a review. Legend, thank you. Zize said, you're in Germany. I'm actually not in Germany. I'm in the United Kingdom. Nahib said, I just left a review. Thank you very much. Let's see. TM said, I just reviewed. Amir said, I left the review. Football Rice V says, I'm a review, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that very much. AL says, could you upload your lives on YouTube? Yep, guys, all of the lives are uploaded straight to the channel. And Zize said, why the review thing's located in Germany? Hey, yo, I didn't know it was. I need to check that out. I need to check that out. Couple of people saying, OMG, no way, you're stopping at 7. Guys, we're going to keep it running a little bit after. 7 today. Maybe we're going to go till 15:15. Ernest says, just reviewed. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it so much, eh? Lily said, yeah, I'm not even going to read it out, Lily, because people do that. Someone's already done that. Like some random person. The only bad review on there was some random person from TikTok who just wanted everybody to have a bad day. So Amir said, yeah, it says you're located in Germany. Hey, that's super weird. I need to sort that out. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. I'm going to actually see if I can see live any reviews going up there. I'll give a shout out if anyone's done it. Okay. I know a lot of people are leaving the stream right now. Hopefully that's people leaving for the review, but normally when I do this, people leave and the numbers go down a bit, but that's okay. The serious people still revising are gonna, hey guys, we just bagged 20 reviews. That is sick. That is so sick. I can't tell you how much that helps actually. That's amazing. Guys, thank you. Man like Matthew Cox said, this is the reason I'm predicted an 8. I'ma be real. Come on, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate this so much, eh? Amir said, amazing, very helpful. Guys, sick. Okay, thank you, eh? Thank you. Thank you, TM. Thank you, Al. Okay, I need to be careful with what I read. Okay. Guys, should we get cracking again? It's now 53 past. Yep, let's go. Let's get the pace back up. Just one moment, sorting things out on the back end. Okay, we're going to get cracking again. Gave people time to rejoin. Thank you to everybody who did that. Guys, we're going to skip question 12 because it's not very practical to do on a stream. Question 13 is a great question. We're going to go through this one real quick. And I'm just going to grab a bottle of water. Guys, question number 13. Pretty tricky one here, important one. Let's see what we can do. TM said density. Yeah, exactly. Okay. A couple of people saying double negative. Okay, we're back. Just go refresh with a little bit of water. Let's see what we can do. Nice to see if people stuck around after we had that little break as well. Probably today we're going to go till maybe quarter past. Okay, let's go through question 13 then, guys. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready for me, and we'll get cracking with it. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready, and we will get going. Technical Belal said this one's not too bad. Man like Eliza said 2020. Oh, yep, that's for the paper. Items ready. Lily's ready. Ron Yao's ready. Taylor's version's ready. Guys, let's get talking. Question number 13, what's it going to be? It says liquid A and liquid B are mixed to make liquid C. Liquid A has a density, of 70 kilograms per meter cubed. Liquid A has a mass of 1,400 kilograms. Instantly, I see density. I'm thinking of my formula. Density equals mass over volume, or I know a lot of you guys also like to use the triangle, density, mass, and volume. Liquid B has density of 280 kilograms per meters cubed. Liquid B has a volume of 30 meters cubed. Work out the density of liquid C. Guys, I think the YouTube might be running a little bit behind. Or maybe, no, I've just got it behind on my side. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're back now, we're back. All good. Okay, what are we gonna do then? So, to work out the density of liquid C, well, we know that density equals mass over volume. So the density of liquid C, so density of C, is going to be the mass of C over the volume of C. Now, we know that liquid A and B are combined to make liquid C. So the mass of C is going to be the mass of A plus the mass of B. And the volume of C is going to be the volume of A plus the volume of B. So we're going to have to go ahead and work out those parts. Liquid A has a density of 70 and a mass of 1,400. So we already have the mass of A, but we need to work out the volume. So to work out the volume of A, how can we do it? Well, to work out volume, we can do mass divided by density. We can do mass divided by density. So we look at our triangle, we cover up the V, we have the M on the top, the D on the bottom. So volume equals mass of A divided by density of A. The mass of A is 1,400. The mass is 1,400. The density is 70. We divide this, we're going to get 20. So the volume of A is going to be equal to 20. Next up, what about liquid B? Well, for liquid B, we've got the density and the volume. We need the mass. So the mass of B. Well, the mass is on the top of the triangle. That's going to be equal to the density times by the volume. The density times by the volume. So density of B times by the volume of B. How are we going to do this one? Well, it's going to be our density of 280 times by the volume of 30. 280 times by 30, what are we going to do? Well, 28 times by 3 is going to be 28, 56, 84. So we're going to have 84 is 28 times 3, and then add the 2 zeros on. So we get 8,400. So that's the mass of B. Finally, we can work out the density of C by doing the mass of A plus the mass of B. Mass of A is 1,400 plus the mass of B is 8,400 over the volume of A we worked out is 20 plus the volume of B we have here is 30. Okay, a little bit long to do in your head this, guys, but we're doing it anyway. 1,400 plus 8,400 is 9,800. So we have 9,800 over 50. The next thing we can do is, to simplify this, we can double the top and we can double the bottom. We can double the top and we can double the bottom. The reason that I'm doing this to simplify, guys, let me just move this up a bit, is because if we do that, we're going to end up with 100 on the bottom, and it's easy to divide numbers by 100. 9,800 times by 2 is going to be 19,600, if I'm not mistaken. Now we can divide top and bottom both by 100. We're going to get 196 as our answer. Definitely could have done that one a bit quicker, guys. 196 as our answer. Hopefully that explanation made sense. It was a little bit peak working out on my head on the spot. Hopefully it made sense though, guys. Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to move on now to our next question. 5 seconds to screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to move on to question number 14. Another tricky one here, guys. These are going to be our last 2 questions of the day. So if you're still with me and you're getting tired, stay with me. Let's finish strong. Last two questions are going to be question number 14 and question number 15. Question number 14 and question number 15, they're two good questions. They're both pretty tricky. Let's have a look. Looking at the chat, guys. Okay. Umar says, "How is it live? He's not even talking to chat." Hopefully, there you can see it's. Live. Okay. Aiton said, "I'm getting bored, but I'm doing this to pass my exam." Yeah, I know an hour is normally about the right time to go with. I used to do 2-hour streams, but to be honest, that was a bit too much. It's really hard to focus for that long. Okay, guys, question number 14. Quite a few people dropping ready in the chat. Let's see. Tricky question here, tricky question. The question says, let me just switch this around. Sally plays 2 games against Martin. In each game, Sally could win, draw, or lose. In each game they play, the probability that Sally will win is 0.3. The probability that she'll draw is 0.1. So let's say the probability of win is equal to 0.3. The probability of drawing is equal to 0.1. So the probability of losing, well, we know, guys, that all of our probabilities have to add to make 1, right? We know our probabilities have to add to make 1. So let's do that. Probability of lose is going to be equal to 0.6. So unfortunately, she's not likely to win. How are we going to do this then, guys? The question says, work out the probability that after playing 2 games, she'll win exactly 1 game. She'll win exactly 1 game. So a lot of people asking if we can do a tree diagram for this. We can do a tree diagram, but in my opinion, it's going to make things extra complicated because it's going to look like this. I'm actually going to, tree diagram, no diagram. Guys, vote in the chat for me. Can you type in for me either tree or no tree? Tree or no tree? Would you like me to use a tree diagram to do this, or would you like me to do it without the tree diagram? Tree or no tree? Let's see. Zizi says tree. Num says tree. Aiton says tree. Okay, it's majority saying tree. Okay, Erica says tree. Yeah, most people saying tree. Yeah. Okay, I'll do both actually. Loki, I'll do both. Okay, so with the tree, what's it going to be? First off, well, there's 2 stages to this. We can either win, draw, or lose the first game. And then the second game, again, we can either win, draw, or lose. Win, draw, or lose. Win, draw, or lose. What's the probability of winning? It's 0.3. Drawing, 0.1. Losing, 0.6. Winning, 0.3. Drawing, 0.1. Losing, 0.6. 0.3. This, by the way, guys, is exactly why you don't draw a tree diagram, because this is super messy already. Winning 0.3, drawing 0.1, losing 0.6. Now, guys, what are the different ways that Sally could win exactly 1 game? Winning exactly 1 game. Well, either we could win. Yeah, this is going to be long. So winning exactly 1 game. We could win, then draw. Or we could win, then lose. Or we could draw, then win. Or we could lose, then win. Working out each of these probabilities then, guys, I'm just going to rearrange this so it's a little bit clearer. What is the probability of winning and then drawing? So we're going to have 0.3, and then because we need to win and draw, probability of one thing and another thing happening, we need to multiply those probabilities together. So 0.3 times by 0.1. What about winning and then losing? 0.3 times 0.6. Now, what about drawing and then winning? Drawing and then winning, 0.1 chance of drawing. Next step, winning was 0.3. And then finally, losing then drawing. We have 0.6 chance of losing, losing then winning, 0.6 chance of losing, times by 0.3 chance of winning. Now we can go ahead and work out each of these probabilities and add them together. Each of these probabilities and add them together. What are they going to be? 0.3 times 0.1 is 0.03. Oh, let me go back to orange. We're going to go 0.03. 0.3 times 0.6 is 0.18. 0.1 times 0.3 is 0.03. And finally, 0.6 times 0.3 is 0.18. Final step, guys, we can add all of these together. 0.03 plus 0.18 is 0.21. We have two of those, so it's going to be 0.42 as our answer. So we add all of those together. So add. This is going to be equal to 0.42. Guys, if you got that one, amazing work. Hey, Henry, I see you in the chat. Good work, man. Superb. Okay, guys, talk to me, chat. How was that one? Did we get that? I think we've done bits there. Lily, good job. Hen, like I say, good job, man. Rabia, good job. Guys, sick, eh? Nicely done, Aiton. Yeah, guys, superb work. Myth 1KL said, no tree looks better. Yeah, true say. Guys, to be honest, you don't need to draw the tree diagram out. You can just do it by writing these ones out. You can just do it by writing those ones out. Okay, we're going to move on now to question number 15. Probably going to be our final question of the day. Maybe we got one more in us. Guys, question 15. Let's see what's popping. The question says, the straight line L1. Actually, let me give you guys a couple of moments to do it. And then we'll go through it. Oh. Okay. Ulo said, finally understand it now. Good work, man. Good work. Okay. Iris said, please, one more after 15. We'll see. Oh. Okay. Going to give you guys a couple of moments to do this one. And then we will go through question number 15. A couple of people asking me to do question 22. I don't know. We can have a vote. I've not actually even seen question 22. But if you guys want me to do the last question of the paper, maybe we can do it if enough people want me to. But I don't have too much time. Okay. Let's see. Lily says it's horrible. We're going to do question 15, then we're going to do a vote on question 22. Okay. Let's have a look. Guys, this is a really important question. Okay, a lot of people asking me to do question 22. Maybe we will do that one. We'll take a bit of a vote. AJ said last questions are always diabolical. Yeah, this one probably will be. We'll see. Okay, question 15. Let's go through it. Let's have a look. What's it going to be? Guys, like I say, important question here. The straight line L1 has equation y equals 3x minus 4. The straight line L2 is perpendicular to L1 and passes through the point 9, 5. The straight line L2 is perpendicular to L1 and passes through the point 9, 5. Find the equation of L2. Guys, the general equation of a straight line is y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. So to find the equation of the straight line, these are the two things we need. First off, how can we work out the gradient? Well, we know that this line is perpendicular to L1. What does that mean? It means that the two lines meet at a 90-degree angle, and more directly, or more specifically, it means that the gradient of L2 is the negative reciprocal of the gradient of L1. So the gradient of L1 is equal to 3, because that's the number next to the x. That means the gradient of L2 is the negative reciprocal. What does that mean? It means we do negative 1 over that number. We know that because they're perpendicular. So now we have the gradient. So we know that y is equal to minus 1 over 3x plus c. The final step then is to find the value of c. How do we do that? Well, we have a coordinate on our line, the point 9, 5. What does that tell us? It tells us that when x is equal to 9, y is equal to 5. So we can sub those values of x and y into our equation and use them to find c. Let's do it. So 5 is the value of y, is equal to negative 1 over 3 times the value of x, which is 9, plus c. Negative 1 over 3 times by 9 is negative 3. So 5 is equal to negative 3 plus c. Add 3 to both sides. 8 is equal to c. Now that we have the value of c, guys, we can plug it in. We're going to get that y is equal to negative 1 over 3x plus our 8. Guys, if you got that one, superb job. Important question there. If you didn't get it, make sure to rewatch the recording for this one. Make sure to watch the recording for this one because that's a really important question. All of the recordings are uploaded straight to the channel. Okay, guys, let's have a little vote, shall we? Should we do the final question? Let's have a little vote. Amir says, OMG, I got it. Good work. Guys, shall we do the final question? Nom says, yep. Okay, people are spamming. Whoa, okay, chat's popping off. Everyone, yep. Okay, guys, let's skip to question 22. This is going to be a surprise for me because I've not seen the question. Let's have a look. Question 22. So you didn't want me to do the last question. You wanted me to do question 22, which is not the last one. Okay, the people have spoken. Question 22. This is the one that we're going to go through. The final question of the day. Max says you aren't getting rest tonight. Yeah, too right. Final question of the day, question 22. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of time to have a look at this one. Have a look, give it a go, see if you can figure out how to do it. I'm going to give you round about 2 minutes. We're probably going to do this one in a few stages. Just so you guys have time to process it. By the looks of it, it is a difficult question. I'm going to read it myself and see what's going on. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, we got it. Giving you guys time for this one then. Let's have a look and see what we can do. Difficult question without a doubt, but I believe in you guys, to be honest. It's difficult, but it's doable. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. Then we're going to finish here. Henry, specifically, good luck with this one, mate. You got this one in the bag, to be honest. We're going to finish with this question here. Then we're going to get the Discord community up and running. That link didn't work for some reason, but hopefully it will be this time around. Rodrigo in there with the lightning bolt. Come on. Thunder. Okay, let's get going with the first part of this. Get going with the first part of this, and we'll see what we can do. Guys, we've skipped to this question. I'm going overtime here. So, yeah, let's see what we can do. Make sure you pay attention. Give this your best shot. The question says the diagram shows two shaded shapes, A and B. Don't know why I did that because I don't have a back arrow. Shape A is formed by removing a sector of a circle with radius 3x minus 1 from a sector of the circle with radius 5x minus 1. Shape B is a circle of diameter 2 minus 2x. Oh, this is going to be long. The area of shape A is equal to the area of shape B. Find the value of x. You must show all of your working. So we've been told that the area of this shape here is equal to the area of this shape here. This is going to give us an equation which we can form by setting the two areas equal to each other. So we're going to work out an expression for the area of B and an expression for the area of A. Let's do the area of B first of all. Well, we know that the area of a circle is equal to pi r squared, where r is the radius of the circle. We've been told here that the diameter, so the diameter is equal to 2 minus 2x. The radius is going to be a half of this, so the radius is going to be 1 minus x. Guys, even if this looks crazy hard at the moment, please do your best to follow along, because most of you, or not most of you actually, but a lot of people will be able to do this after I go through it. So the radius is 1 minus x. The area of this circle then is going to be pi times by that radius of 1 minus x squared. So this is the area of circle B. So let's call it area of B. Now what about the area of circle A, or the area of section A? What do we have going on here? Well, here we have a sector of a circle with a sector cut out. So we're going to have to do the area of A is equal to, let's call it the big sector minus the small sector. Now, how do we work out the area of the big sector? Well, we have a 45-degree angle. That's 45 out of 360 total degrees. So it's going to be 45 3/60ths of what the overall area of the circle would have been. What would the overall area of the circle have been? Well, it would be pi times the radius squared. What's the radius? Well, the radius of this circle is 5x minus 1. So 5x minus 1 squared. Next step, what can we do? Well, we only want this shaded part. We're going to be missing this area here. So what we can do is we can subtract 45 over 360 times by pi times by the smaller radius of 3x minus 1 squared. Now, we have a bunch of algebra. What we want to do is we want to simplify this as far as we can. Let's start with the area of B. This one's going to be equal to pi times by, how should we simplify this actually? Okay, just deciding the best order to do this in because we're going to run out of space. Let me start off by making this a little bit smaller for you guys. Oh, just so it takes up a bit less room. There we go. And then this one. So the problem that we now have to solve, guys, is this area on the left being equal to the area on the right. So what can we say now? We can say that 45 over 360 times by pi times by 5x minus 1 squared minus 45 over 360 times by pi times by 3x minus 1 squared is equal to pi times by 1 minus x squared. Now what we can see, guys, is that we have an equation which we can solve for x. Now it's not going to be easy, but we have one variable, so we can start off by seeing what we can cancel down. What we can do is we see that each of these has a factor of pi, so we can divide every term by pi. That's going to cancel those out. The next thing that I see is that we have this 360 on the bottom of a fraction here. So we can times both sides by 360 of the equation, or times every term by 360, to get rid of that times by 360. So we're going to have 45 times by 5x minus 1 squared minus 45 times by 3x minus 1 squared equals 360 times by 1 minus x squared. Hopefully this is making sense for you guys at the moment. I'm trying to lay this out in the best way to fit everything on this page. Next step, what can we do? Well, we can actually divide both sides of our equation by 45. We have 45 here, 45 here, 360 here. I'm just going to rub that out to make it a little bit clearer. So now we're going to divide both sides of our equation by 45. On the left-hand side, we're going to have 5x minus 1 squared minus 3x minus 1 squared is equal to 360 divided by 45. 360 divided by 45 is going to be 8. Is it going to be 8? Yeah, it's going to be 8. 8 times by 1 minus x squared. How did I know it was going to be 8, guys? Well, because 360 divided by 90 is going to be 4. So 360 divided by 45 is going to be double that, which is 8. Guys, I'm going to take a pause right now, and I'm going to answer some of the questions in the chat. Jake said, could H not have just simplified? Yep, we could have done that. Lyra says it's actually so confusing. Yeah, it is difficult. Guys, let's keep the chat cool, otherwise people are going to get muted or blocked. Okay, let's have a look. Next step, what's it going to be? Yeah, okay. Lots of different opinions. Next step, let me just make this a bit smaller so we can fit everything on the page. We're going to have to simplify these quadratics. A couple of people asking if we can just square root everything. We actually can't just square root everything here. And the reason that we can't do that is because of this minus here. So we're going to write out our double brackets. So 5x minus 1 times 5x minus 1 minus 3x minus 1 times 3x minus 1 equals 8 times 1 minus x times 1 minus x. Let's get this done. 5x times 5x is 25x squared. 5x times minus 1 is minus 5x. Minus 1 times 5x is minus 5x, so minus 10x plus 1 minus 3x by 3x is 9x squared. 3x by minus 1 is minus 3x. We got another one of those, so minus 6x. Minus 1 times minus 1 is plus 1 equals 8 times by 1 times 1 is 1 minus 2x it's going to be. So 1 times minus x is minus x. Minus x times 1 gives another minus x, so we have minus 2x. Then we have plus x squared. Next step, guys, we can simplify further. Let's get it done. So on the left-hand side, we have 25x squared minus 9x squared is 16x squared. Then we have minus 10x minus 6x. So that's minus 10x plus 6x is going to give minus 4x. Then we have 1 minus 1, they cancel out. On the right-hand side, we're going to expand those brackets, 8 minus 16x plus 8x squared. Okay, now we're going to have to shrink it again. This is starting to look like a solution. Let's see. Let me just make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. Is that too small? No, it's okay actually. So next step, let's minus 8x squared from both sides. We're going to get 8x squared on the left, minus 16x, we're going to get minus 20x. And then let's minus 8 from both sides. We're going to get equals 0. Next step, guys, we can simplify our quadratic. We can see that we can divide every term through by 4. So that is going to become 2x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. This is where we're going to see if we're right or not, because this should factorize. What's it going to be? Okay. Let's make this a bit smaller again. How shall I? Okay. Shall I move this stuff? No, let's just keep rolling. If you've been with me so far, I'm sure you can follow for this final bit, even if it's a little bit off the page. Okay, how are we going to solve this? Two options. We can either use the quadratic formula or we could factorize. It's tricky because we have a number in front of that x squared. But what does that mean? It means that we're going to have a 2x at the front of one and an x at the front of the other. Next step. We made a silly mistake. Let's see. Can anybody solve this one? Can anybody solve this one? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What's it going to be? Have we made a silly mistake? Oh, guys, we did make a silly mistake. We did make a silly mistake. Did anybody spot it? I wasn't looking at the chat. Did anybody spot it? Yeah, there you go. Joseph got it. Good man. Well done. So this shows you why you have to pay so much attention with this, guys. What was the silly mistake? I realized that I made it because this is not possible to factorize. The silly mistake, guys, was that up here, can you see how we have a minus 16x here? When we moved it to the left-hand side, we're supposed to add it. We're supposed to add it, right? I tuck it away. Silly mistake. You know, it shows you guys that you have to be aware of those silly mistakes. So instead, we're going to have up here, minus 4x plus 16x is going to be plus 12x. It's going to be plus 12x. Now let's see if this one factorizes. We're going to divide everything through by 4 again. We're going to get 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. Yep, now it does. Okay, how do we factorize this? At the front, it's going to be a 2x. There, it's going to be an x. Now we need two numbers, which when we expand these brackets, give us a 3x in the middle and a minus 2 on the end. So one of them is going to be times by 2x, specifically this one here. We need the overall total to be 4x. So we're going to have 3x. So we're going to have a 2 there and a minus 1 there. How do we know that, guys? We know that because when we expand these brackets, and we do this through trial and error, we have 2x times 2x is 2x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. Minus 1 times x is minus x. That 4x and that minus x combine together to give 3x. And then we have minus 1 times 2 gives minus 2 overall. Final step then, guys, we have to reverse those signs. We're going to get x equals a half or x equals minus 2. In this context, guys, x is a side length, remember, coming back to the original question, so it can't be a negative. What that means is that x is equal to a half. X is equal to a half. Guys, what do we think to that question? If you got it, absolutely superb job. A lot of people saying it was the longest question ever. Hey guys, you asked. I was really considering not doing it, but I decided to stay on extra time. It was quite good actually for me to do as well. Figuring it out on the spot. Nahib says hard but doable. Awesome. Okay, guys, I'm actually in quite a rush now. Well, no, not actually a rush. So we're going to stick around for a few minutes. The first thing I'm going to say is, guys, what do we do at the end of the session? Quite a few regulars on here now. What do we do at the end of the session? Guys, let me know in the chat. What do we do? Famalam Cuz, thank you. If you're on in 2 minutes, we're gonna push the Discord. Guys, what do we do? Yep, okay. Musty said it. Celebration. Guys, what we do at the end of the session is we take a moment for a celebration. For a lot of you, that is a very solid hour and a half of maths revision done. Guys, let's spam the chat full of as many good vibe emojis as we can. We want disco emojis, dancer emojis, party emojis. We want every good vibe emoji that we can come up with. Guys, let's spam the chat full of as many cool emojis as we can. Let's see. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Who's gonna come in with the emojis? Man like Ronyal in there with the trophies, Spacey with the snail and the bomb, Laura with the celebration, Unknown, X with the celebration, Lily's partying, Ronyal's got that popcorn out, Joseph with the love hearts, Musty says, wow, so cool, man. Yeah, that's how we do it. Guys, looking over on the TikTok, what's it gonna be? Amir with the lightning bolts. Come on. He knows the drill. AJ with the lightning bolts, Gabby in there as well, Iris with the magic, Isabella says, aye, come on, Ulo's partying, dancing, Samantha's partying, Hania says, zoom out. Unfortunately, I can't actually, can I zoom out? No, there's no way for me to zoom out. Okay, a lot of people asking to screenshot. I'm gonna go up and then back down. So That can be the first part of the screenshot. Then we'll do the next part after. Guys, the chat on YouTube is popping off, eh? VC's partying, Rabia's partying. Guys, that looks sick, no? Personally, I think it looks sick. That's wicked. Guys, superb work this evening. Superb work this evening. The second part of the celebration, what is it? Guys, when was the last time you took a moment, apart from on these live streams, to appreciate the work you're putting in? I'm going to seem very silly if nobody does this, but guys, please close your eyes. You should have your eyes closed now. You shouldn't be able to see me. If you can, you're just going to be looking at me with my eyes closed. But guys, close your eyes and take a moment to give yourself a little pat on the back. And hopefully you smile as well. Hopefully you smile as well, because that is this is bright now. That is a superb hour of work done. A superb hour of work done. It's very important as we are on this GCSE journey, this GCSE grind, to take the moments to appreciate the work we're putting in. Otherwise, we're just going to end up stressed and burnt out, hating exams and also not studying effectively. Zizé said, this is corny as hell, but I respect it. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's corny. I know it's corny, but guys, it's important. It's important. I'm happy to make myself look a bit corny if it's gonna get some of you guys to actually take a moment. Okay, guys, we are now gonna switch over. We're now going to switch over to talking about the Discord. Guys, on popular request, we have made a Discord. Guys, Famalam Cuz is in the chat. Can we please all get an emoji in the chat for Famalam Cuz? We're going to go for, actually, any emojis you want, any good vibe emojis you want, guys, is very important. He was a student who was doing the, in the founding class of my GCSE Maths 2023, and he's setting up the Discord. He's setting up the Discord. So guys, if we can get an emoji in the chat for Famalam Cuz, that would be wicked. That would be absolutely wicked. I'm not gonna move on until we've had enough emojis, because seriously, guys, we got to appreciate it. We got to appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Musty says do a party dance. Not my vibe, man. Not yet. Maybe results there or something. Thank you, guys. So appreciation for Famalam Cuz. Now the next thing is, so basically, we set the Discord up. Famalam Cuz set the Discord up today. And we did have one in 2023. It's a My GCSE Maths server. We've set up another one for My GCSE Maths class of 2025. I thought that I had a link. On my YouTube, but it turns out that that link is broken apparently. So now while we're live, I'm going to try and figure it out. So it's not going to take long. So I need to make a new link, invite people. Okay, actually, I'm going to come to the chat and get some advice from you guys. Well, actually, I think Famalam Cuz is in the chat. Man, how do I get the right link now? I want to figure it out while we're on the stream so I can share it with everybody before we finish. So the invite has gone invalid for some reason. I need to make a new one. Okay. Click on the server name. Okay. Invite people. I don't know if this is going to work though, guys. So I don't know if that's inviting people to the wrong... okay. Maybe if I go like this. Invite people. I don't know if I need to select the right chat or something. Links. Maybe you're like making this one live to share the link with me. Guys, okay, let's keep good energy in the chat. I don't know why people are spamming it. Thank you very much to whoever muted that geezer. Yeah, guys, I tried to just create a link right now, but let's just see if this one joins. Invite link, copy. I'm going to put it in the chat now. Okay, that's a link. That's a link which I just made. Okay, that's a link which I just made. Let's see if that one works. Okay, you did it correctly earlier. We just accidentally deleted it. Okay. Let me set up a new one then, which never expires. Expire after, never. Generate new link, copy. Guys, Let's see. Does it work? Okay, this is another new link. I'm gonna paste it in the TikTok as well. Actually, to be honest, it's gonna go too quickly in the TikTok chat. So anybody who wants to join who's on the TikTok at the moment, the link is in the YouTube. The link's in the YouTube chat. Let's see. Is it working? If it's working, people should be joining. Okay, people are joining. Okay, we have 10 people in so far. Sick. Lily, thank you. Yep, set it to last forever. Awesome. Guys, wicked party on the TikTok today as well. Samantha AM said, where do I get the link? The link is going to be over on my YouTube channel. And specifically, it's going to be in my, on the top of my YouTube page. But for now, that won't have been changed. So it's only in the chat on the live stream. But as soon as the stream finishes, I'll update that. Okay, guys, is it working now, the latest link? So I'm going to pin one. So I've pinned a message. Let's see. Oh, come on. Yeah, nice, guys. Nice. Now, it's super important. It's super important for me to mention now. We have 15 people in. We are only going to keep the community going if it's working for everybody. And it's only going to be working for everybody if we don't have any bad vibe people in. If people are putting inappropriate stuff in there, if there's dodgy stuff going on, I'm just going to close down the whole server. So it's going to be super important that anybody who does put stuff in there, because it's inevitable, it's going to happen, we get them blocked, we get them muted straight away. We get them muted literally instantly. So in order to do that, we're going to have a team of moderators. So people who are regularly joining the streams, even if you don't go on TikTok, even if you don't go on Discord regularly, drop me a DM if you want to be a moderator, and I will be giving moderator powers to the regulars who are contributing a lot to the community and keeping the vibes good over on TikTok and the channel. That way, as soon as anybody puts anything in there, we're just going to get them. We're going to get them out. Okay. Guys, this is going to be cool. Amna says the link says invalid. Yep, I need to update the one on the YouTube page. Okay. Guys, I'm going to call it a day there. We're going to call it a day there. I'm going to say a final hasta la vista. Isabella says, please can I moderate? Have you been on the streams regularly? I think so. I think I've seen you on the streams quite a few times. Drop me a DM on Discord and we'll get you set up. Okay, guys, I'm going to say final goodbyes. Any questions? I'll be reachable in the Discord. There's also an announcements channel on there, so that's how I'm going to communicate with you guys over the next couple of months. Until next week, until next Tuesday, until next Thursday, guys, superb job this evening. I'm going to say, hasta la vista, arrivederci, ciao. Ulo8, you can definitely be a mod. You've been smashing it in the chat. Speed Runs and Tricks says bye. I think my stream's running a little bit behind, maybe. Lily says bye, sir. Adios. Ulo8 says yes. Come on. Awesome. VI Sublime said thank you. Bye. AJ said goodbye, peoples. Isabella says bye. Okay. Fantastic session this evening. Guys, until next time, adios. I will next catch you on Tuesday. Ciao.